So what are we saying, boys? It's Jack here and welcome back to another video on the channel. We've got a banger for you today. We've got a FIFA 21 tier list maker. Now, this was actually made by this man down here, Josh 3008. If you want to go check out his Twitter, do that. Thanks for creating this list. What an absolute hero. So we can do this video today. Now, I've changed up the tier names right here from GOAT to Yes Sir, to Bang Average, to No Thanks, to In the Mud. So what this is going to be, it's going to be a FIFA 21 Community / EFL Team of the Season tier list. I'm really looking forward to this one. I like making these tier lists. They're a bit fun, you know, they're a bit different. We've got all the Team of the Season cards here, and I think there's a few SBCs, like there's the SAR SBC, which you lot know how I feel about that guy. There's the Chiesa SBC, so I think there's like 2 or 3 SBC cards. Without further ado, we're going to get into this because there's like 35 cards to rank, so let's go, lads. Just starting off, we've got the main man. He plays for the best team in the EFL, Tim Krul, for Norwich City. For me, it has to go into Bang Average. Now, I'm not going to put him in No Thanks or In the Mud because I've got to judge him on what he is, and that's a keeper, you know what I mean? He's not fantastic value, but he's probably the best value keeper in the EFL, so for that reason he's got to go into Bang Average. And when I used him in my full TOTS team, he was actually very good. Now, Mullen, I'm sorry for you Cambridge fans, but you know this man's in the mud. I'm sorry, but I'm not even going to say anything else on this guy. We move on to Chiesa. Now, for me, I think this is well, you know what I mean? We've got to rank them based on the fact that they are a team of the season, so I'm going to go for Bang Average. Now, don't get me wrong, this card is phenomenal, but for what it was, I think he's a little bit too expensive. An 86 and an 82, I think he was, or an 86 and an 84. So for that reason, he's going to go right in the middle of the road, Bang Average. I think that's fair. Chiesa fans, please don't hate me because you could make a very good argument for him being in the Yes Sir tier, but for now, we're going to keep him there. Maybe I'll change it later, maybe I won't, I don't know. Next up, we do have Harvey Barnes, and for me, this is a top tier card. You know, left wing in the Prem. I don't really know what we're looking like in left wing in the Prem. You've got like the Mane, you've got the Rashford. He is at the top of the food chain. Let's not kid ourselves here. He's at the top of the food chain. For me, well, I don't know if I can quite put him GOAT because he doesn't have the best like dribbling stats, I don't think, in game. I think he's lacking a little bit in composure or something. He's not going to get that GOAT tier, but coin for coin, I think he's about what, like 500, 400k. So I'm not going to quite put him in that top tier, but you could make an argument for it. It's a very good card. Ivan Toney. I'm going to play a clip now to show you guys what I think of him. Oh, Ivan Toney is through. You know what he's doing? He fakes it and then goes near post. Huh? Honestly, Ivan Toney, he was Bang Average. I know a lot of people aren't going to like that, but he was good, don't get me wrong, but he missed a lot of sitters. I'll be honest. He missed a lot of sitters, lads. On to the next card, we have Jorge Grant, or George Grant, I don't really know. For me, it's a no thanks. He was okay. He is what, you know, he's one of them players. It is what it is. He's what, like 15k. You're getting a fun little card. If you're a fan of Jorge Grant, George Grant, whatever his name is, just cop the bloke, you know, have a bit of fun with him. For me, he wasn't great. You're best off just getting like Alan or something, to be completely honest. Ilicic, I think he's around 70,000 coins, and for me, 70k for a bit of a fun card, it has to go into that Bang Average tier. He's 85 pace, 95 shooting, 93 passing, 92 dribbling, so he's actually a fun card, don't get me wrong. Like, you whack him up top, you're looking to score some bangers with him, long shots, free kicks, all that sort of stuff. I think it's a fun, different card. Obviously, it's not what you're looking for, though, during Team of the Season. You're looking for those OP cards. So, for that reason, Ilicic gets the Bang Average spot. Now, we have Unkunku. For me, this has to be a Yes Sir, because this man is disgusting. He is 90 pace, 94 dribbling, I believe, 93 dribbling. I mean, you can play him CDM, you can play him cam, you can play him centre mid. Honestly, very, very well rounded. He doesn't quite get that GOAT tier just because of the 76 defending and the low physicals also. Get your poppers out, boys, because it's time for a Pookie party. This man is going straight into Yes Sir. For me, I tried Pookie outright, and people aren't going to like this, that I'm rating him over Tony. I tried out Tony and Clark Harris. For me, this Pookie absolutely outshone the guys. You know what I mean? He's got 90 pace. Pookie is iconic. How can you not love a bit of a Pookie party? Danjuma Grunfeld, for me, has to go into Yes Sir. Now, it's another one of them ones. Like, people are going to be upset that I'm putting Chiesa, you know, in Bang Average and Danjuma Grunfeld in Yes Sir. But the thing is, what you got to think of is it's coin for coin, you know what I mean? This guy's going to set you back like 30,000-40,000 coins at the most. And his output was actually very good. Ricardo Santos. Now, if this man was playing in the Premier League, you best believe that this bloke would be up in this GOAT tier. In my full EFL team of the season team, honestly, he made some tackles that I wouldn't even expect Prime Maldini to get his foot round. Like his card and how he plays in game is genuinely phenomenal, and he's really like agile as well, despite being really tall. It's such a weird card to use, but he was honestly so fun and fantastic for this game. Now, the Scottish Celtic boys are going to absolutely love this one, but we are going to have our first greatest of all time GOAT tier player. It's Edouard. Coin for coin, remember, coin for coin. This guy is phenomenal. You can pick him up now for like 60, 70, 80k, I think. Honestly, has some of the most ridiculous stats I've seen for a cheap team of the season. I did use him for a few games. I think I got him in a draft. I can't remember. Or I might have actually bought him. I genuinely don't remember. I might have bought him for a champ super sub. I was subbing him on. He was banging hat tricks. Honestly, this man is outrageously good for his price. And I trust me, if you're a Rangers fan, you're probably going to dislike the video anyway. I'm sorry, boys, but wait and you will like me later. 2 Van Zapata, for me, I'm actually going to go into no thanks. Now, don't get me wrong, it's a great card. It's just too expensive, and he's a bit behind that power curve with his 86 dribbling. Like, come on, it's a team of the season attacker. You need 90 dribbling on the guy. Ndombele goes straight into that GOAT tier. Now, honestly, this guy is insane. Remember, it's coin for coin, and you look at his stats. You know what I mean, if those stats were on an icon, you best believe that's a very expensive icon. Honestly, he's the most well-rounded card, and I'm so gassed that I packed this guy. I used him for a while. There's a few times where he can be making a few mistakes, but for the majority, he is so fun to use, and he's just a different breed when it comes to this game. Mukiele would be going in go if he was a centre-back, but for all you rats out there that love putting your fullbacks at centre-back, I'm going to drop him a tier just for that. If this guy was a centre-back, he would probably be like 1,000,000 coins, because I remember he was last year. Well, he wasn't 1,000,000 coins, but like he had a really good team of the season centre-back last year. But this year with 94 pace, you best believe he'd be a ridiculous amount of coin. But I can't quite put him in that GOAT tier just because he is a right-back, and he'd be so much more fun to use at centre-back. Max Aaron's, in my heart, I want to put this guy at GOAT tier, but I'm gonna try and reserve that tier for the GOATs, for the actual GOATs, you know what I mean? Maybe in a few years' time. This man needs to go to a big club. I've been saying it for years now. Sorry, Norwich fans, but I mean it like a... This man could run at a top 6 club. From what I've seen from this bloke, he is crazy. He's getting into team of the season every year now. Honestly, get this man a top 6 contract. Emiliano Buendia, you think I'm going to put him in GOAT, but he's actually going to go into bang average. He scored a lot of goals, but he missed the easy chances. If you want context for any of these EFL picks, check out my full EFL team of the season video. There is a reason why this guy is going in bang average tier, because he's bang average. And this man costs 300,000 coins for someone who genuinely, you pick up this Edouard, you pick up this Danjuma, you pick up this Pookie, you pick up the Barnes, pick up anyone, like they're going to do a better shift. Honestly, coin for coin, he is not the one. Zielinski, for me, has to go into the yes sir tier, because he's 70 odd K, 80,000 coins, and essentially he's a very similar card to Unkunku in many facts. Like the defending physical is a bit low, but then you got like really high dribbling, pace, shooting and passing. For me, I just think he's a great box to box in the Serie A, and if you're running a Serie A team, he's a must at this stage of the game, and he's so cheap. So that's pretty much all I've got to say on Zielinski. I feel like we're just crowding up the yes sir tier at this time, but I don't quite think I can put Tag at GOAT, because there are a few better left backs in the game, like the Theo Hernandez, the Foot Birthday Mendy and whatnot. But you know what I mean, he's got the links, he's got the Anthony showdown card that you can link him to, and he is a fantastic team of the season card, I'll be completely honest, but I don't think he's quite deserving of that GOAT tier. Now we have Jay, and for me he's the second in the mud. Honestly, you're best off just buying like I don't even know what you're best off buying a bronze card, to be honest. I tried him. He's a bit of a pace merchant. He's got pace, literally nothing else. 80 passing on a midfielder for a team of the season card. Need I say any more than that? Please do not get this man unless you're like an Exeter fan or something like that. I don't really know. He's not the one. Now we have Hughes. He is going to go into that yes sir tier. I really should make another tier like just under GOAT, because this man would definitely get into it. Honestly, He is one of the best like CDM slash box to boxers I've used this year. He shocked me completely when I used him in my full EFL team. I was surprised at how good he was. Like, he was so good at winning the ball back, so good at it. Like, his output was fantastic. And he links to like the Ismail Assar, and he's really cheap. Now Valverde, you know where he's going. He's going in the GOAT tier. I haven't got a chance to use this bloke yet, but you can just tell. Look at the state of his stats. The man can play literally any position on the pitch, and he will definitely put a shift in. I'm not even going to say any more than that. You know the deal, that this man is absolutely outrageous. Come on, Valverde, do you know what I mean? Aaron Wan-Bissaka has to go in the top tier. I'm sorry. You know I'm a Liverpool fan. I've got the shirt on and everything. I'm a bit disgusted with my club at the minute, but, you know, we move past that. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, he has to go in that top tier. No question about it. He is you know what I mean? He's a GOAT card. Honestly, I really want to get him red. Apparently, it's just turned into GOAT City because now we've got David Alaba, which looks like genuine. Oh, no. I'm sorry, Alaba, mate. I put him in the wrong house then. Genuinely looks like one of the best centre-backs on the game. What can I say? 90 dribbling on a centre-back with 86 pace. Yes, sir. And all the links that he gets, you know what I mean? There's so many SBCs and stuff from Bayern. And there's so many Dortmund players and stuff you can link him into. I'm not even going to ramble on this guy. You already know that this guy was going in the top tier. Clark Harris, he's going in bang average, but he is going to go above Ivan Toney. For me, these two were very similar. Clark Harris, in my opinion, was a little bit better than Toney. I think his finishing was there where Toney's wasn't, and I think deserve to be on the yes sir tier. Because I actually think Pookie's performed better than him in game. They're both bang average, but Clark Harris tops Toney. Elder, you get one of these every year. I'll be honest, this guy was very good in game. You get one of these like really cheap, pacey fullbacks every year. Don't get me wrong, he is very good in game, but I have to put him so low because, one, these two tiers are filling up a lot. You could definitely make an argument for the bang average tier. Areola has to pop into that Yazura tier. He's a goalkeeper, and I've got to rate him based on the fact he's a goalkeeper. Like, don't get me wrong, these two would be very low. Like, Tim Krul and Areola would be like in no thanks or in the mud because they're goalies. But you've got to think of what they offer as a goalie. A really good French goalie, bar Hugo Lloris. You know what I mean? He's now the best French goalie in the Premier League. So there's a lot of centre-backs on the game. I know it's ratty, but I'm going to say the name. I'm going to say the forbidden name, Varane. You can link them to Varane and hybrid them in like that. You know, there's icons linking to like Desai or something. Being French and a very good team of the season goalie, he offers a lot. Is going to go into the Yazur category. For me, it's a very good objective card. Now, I would honestly probably pick up this card if he was on the market. I don't know if I'll end up doing his objective because I'm not an objective kind of guy. It just takes so long. Bailey, for me, I'm sorry, boys, but he's going in the GOAT tier. Genuinely, what more can you want? He's got ridiculous dribbling, maxed out pace. Honestly, what I will compare him to now, he is what Ismail Assar thinks he is. That's going to offend a lot of these SAR owners, but it's facts. It's facts. I'm sorry, lads. It's facts. Goldson, another GOAT card. Look, you Rangers and Celtic boys, you know what I mean? You can both be happy. You know what I mean? You got a GOAT attacker for Celtic, but defending that GOAT attacker is a GOAT defender from Rangers. It's Goldson. You can link him to that headliners Tavernier or the informed Tavernier. I don't think he has an inform. What am I talking about? Helik is going to go into no thanks. Great card, I'll be honest. Where is he? This Ricardo Santos was fantastic. Like, this Ricardo Santos would be down here, but this man is tiers above Helik. They're both very good. He's just hard to link, and he's not so hard to link. He's not easy enough to link where like you'd go out of your way to try and put him in the squad. He's not good enough to try and force him into the squad, whereas Ricardo Santos, I think, is. And being Portuguese, he has a few more links, you know what I mean, like the Renatos, the Ronaldos, Brunos. Looks, he's a bit more easier to get on that 7 chem, whereas Helik is going to be very hard unless you've got icons. And then if you've got icons, you're not going to be using Helik. It goes hand in hand. Ismail Assar, for me, honestly, he would be going in the mud. Usually I get on with all these players, but I'm not going to put him in the mud because I know how good some of you say he is. So I'm going to go with your word and against mine, and I'm going to put him bang average because I know some of you are going to want him in that GOAT tier, but for me, he just doesn't. For me, whenever EA drop an SBC and it's cheap, you know that there's something wrong with the card. Don't get me wrong, he's going to be dangerous for you lot about going out and using him in Div 6, you know what I mean? Or if you're like a Silver 1 player, it's a compromise, because for me, he probably would be in no. A little bit better. He's a bit of a class above, and he's an objective card that you can get for 3. I said 3. For me, it's a no thanks because there's just so many better options, but it's a free card, so I'm not going to put a free card down in the mud tier. And finally, we have Moyes Keenan. For me, it's the final year of the video, and he's going to go there. He's a decent card, don't get me wrong. There's just a little bit, you know, there's a few things wrong with the guy. You know, his dribbling could be a bit higher, his passing could be a little bit better, maybe a bit more physical considering he's a taller bloke, I think. But yeah, I think that's enough for Keen, and I think that is enough for the video. Thank you guys for watching. I think that's about it. If you agree with these players or disagree with these players, please don't abuse me. Let me know what you would do for this team of the season tier list. Hey, if you want to make one of your own, send me it on Twitter at Manimac FUT. Make sure you follow me on Twitter because it's the best place to interact with me. Apart from that, thank you for watching, boys, and I'll catch you in the next video in a bit.